Welcome back to Automotive, and what most likely is going to be an ADHD episode. And what I mean by that is we're doing rud rod things. What things? Well, that I don't know. Kind of do, but it's a lot, and we'll see how much we get through because I do have some things I can do before I get parts in hand. One of those is I can pull the trans off, get the engine somewhat where I want it, and figure it out like kind of floating there, which sucks, but either I can use wood to hold it in place if I can, or I can get an idea of what I need to do in CAD to order something to mount it in place. And honestly, if I'm happy with where it's at, I might just be able to design and order the engine mounts and actually get those set up. But that's one possibility of this episode. Probably screw around with the bit. I really want to see where the engine sits. Another thing which needs to be done is this needs, sorry for the light flickering, camera doesn't like the natural light coming through and the, light. All right, so going to need to take all the little tabbies off. I'm going to clean all this off and maybe pull the brakes off. I will definitely have to pull the brake lines. All of the crap floating. I do want to go disc brake on the back. I'd been tossed back and forth, and I'm just going to do it because I do want to upgrade the brakes on the front as well. Do I need to? No, it's not going to be heavy, but it's one of those things that I can just do it now because eventually I want it done anyway. So we're just going to prep for that most likely. But this does need completely cleaned out and ready for weld. That tab's already been kind of mutilated. Yeah, these guys need completely removed. The shock tower ones need completely removed. And then after that, I can come back and set this where I want it in relations to the cab, which honestly was probably a whole episode in itself. So maybe I just do that. I don't know. Maybe I break this up into parts and we do all kinds of random crap. Because the next thing to do as well, after the engine's in place, is get this guy kind of in place to where it's possible. So part of that is going to wait on me getting the half rack, but I think I can kind of guesstimate where that'll be anyways. So maybe that won't be an issue. I am going to have to take these guys off for the moment. I guess I don't have to, but I probably will. I'm going to have to shorten them because I plan on shortening the wheelbase 10 inches from where my dad had it. So that's going to change how those are. And sadly, these parts are not going to get used. At least not on this build. Maybe I find a use later. So now I need to decide what I'm going to do. And all I'm going to say is, well, the saying of this channel. And that's take a ride with me and my ADHD. All right. The motor is, well, sitting essentially where I want it, right? So I've got 10 inches from the valley tray to the top of what I'm going to call the cowl. I think that's a proper terminology for this thing. Motor mounts are designed already. Going off of this, my lazy ass hasn't been out here for a few weeks, so got a lot of design work done, thankfully. So essentially where you see it sitting will be kind of where I have it, right? It's kind of high up, I guess you could say, but I don't know. It allows me that if I want to supercharge this later, The supercharger won't be crazy above the cowl, but it won't be crazy below either. I don't want a ton of dead room, right? Like, I could have easily put this motor down another, I mean, with the stock pan, I could have put it down another 4 inches at least. And well, a lot of people like that look. I don't, and that's not what I want. So what I'm about to do though is, now that I've got all the design work done, measurements, I like where it fit, blah 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 blah, I'm gonna just move the motor back to where it goes. I need to get this damn table cleared off and out here, and then I need to figure out how I'm gonna get the axle from here onto that table, which I'm just gonna have to, I don't know. I got the cherry picker. I got myself. I don't know how much those things weigh. Maybe it wouldn't be that bad. Maybe it's 200-300 pounds. I have no idea. I don't. It's been sitting there ever since it was attached to the truck and then not attached. I haven't had to move it on its own. But I will, and I'm already rambling. I just wanted to pipe in and let you know where I'm at and kind of remind myself where I'm at, because, well, I haven't been out here for a while. But exciting news is, within the next 3 days, so probably before you guys even see this video, I will have ordered all the sheet metal for the triangulated 4-link. Now, what that means is, when I get it here, I can tack things up, put it in place, test it out, make sure I don't have weird collisions or anything like that. Just make sure that it works in real life the way it works in the model, because, well, SolidWorks is a perfect world and our world is not perfect. But yeah, and then with those, I'm also ordering the engine mounts. So those will be here, and now I got to start designing stuff for the front end. And I've also decided on seats, so I can get those ordered. I'm just waiting. I'm also building a drifting sim rig, so when that seat gets in stock, I will order 3 seats. I'll have that seat and the 2 seats for this. These seats came with my CRX, and they're nice-ish. Only problem is, you might be able to see this in the video, they're tweaked. They're wonky. So they're going to the dump tomorrow, because screw those seats. This one doesn't even like hardly go into the correct position. Are they fixable? Probably, but I don't want to deal with it. It kind of sucks because they are in, like, outside of the frame being completely tweaked, they're in reasonable condition. Wow. I don't know how much I like that. All right, cool. Well, yeah, figured an update on that, because why not? I like to ramble. No, I'm gonna get back to work. So, you know, watch me work. Well, this video took too long to record. And by that, I mean my lazy ass took too long to do the work. But really, it was doing a lot of design work. Like, I was really hammering out, like, I want the design done. And with that, 4Link is not only done, all the sheet metal's ordered and should be here the 18th. You guys will probably see this the 15th or the 16th. I don't know. We'll see how long video editing takes. Shouldn't be that bad. I try to record in a way that doesn't take a lot of video editing. Now, with that being said, the motor is, of course, removed because part of the 4Link order was also the engine mount order, so I'm excited for that. So I'll be tacking those up as well. I'll probably do that as a separate video. And honestly, the 4Link probably be more than one video because, well, it's going to be a lot of work because I have to ensure that it is square and done properly. So part of the design is going to be finally a cross member since all of this is open. Now, with that also being said, there will be a little cross member here, fuel cell, bumper, end of frame, whatever you want to call it. Since it'll probably be inside of the box, I don't know that I would call it a bumper. I don't know. You tell me in the comments below. What the hell is it? Now, as you can tell, it's not completely cleaned. I cleaned, the part I could access when it was there. But I will, of course, clean more. And the main thing is, it's not clean for paint. That's going to be a whole other thing, right? Like, it'll be cleaned for paint or powder coat. I don't know which. The frame is probably the same, paint or powder coat. I don't know which. And the frame, I really want to powder coat, but I have this feeling that eventually I'm going to want to go control arms in the front instead of solid axle. And if it's powder coated, that's going to kind of suck. So that's the only reason I may paint. We'll see. We'll see. Plus, paint I could probably pull off on my own. Will it be showroom status? No. Will this truck ever be showroom status? Maybe. Not right off the bat. In fact, I'm right now trying to figure out what all needs done to get this thing on the road and then what can be done afterwards, right? Like, for instance, the box. Realistically, all I need is it mounted, right? I don't need to do the whole bed, right? So that's something that I can get done before she gets on the road. Well, I don't have to get done before she gets on the road. I use my damn words correctly. Now, one thing too is I will be modifying this box drastically. One, it'll probably go deeper to hide my exhaust and frame here. Oops, I'm upside down. Here. Here it might not. We'll see. We'll see. But I will need to shrink it this way and long ways. Sorry, for some reason. There we go. Shrink it long ways. Boop, boop. So that'll be something I do. So I will be putting a 20-gallon fuel cells. After the 4Link is done, the fuel cell will be my next step, just to kind of get in the back somewhat buttoned up. I don't really want to call it buttoned up because it's still a ton of work, but that'll be my next design project because it should be, I'm gonna jinx myself on this and I shouldn't do it. Should be simpler. And by simpler, I mean simpler than the front end, which is going to take a considerable amount of design time. For one, I did also make a change on the front end. Looking at the CAD model, the rear tire is about 4 inches wider on each side than the front tire, as in it sticks out 4 inches more. I don't like that. I think it looks goofy. So with that, I found a longer solid axle by 2 inches. So that'll soak up 1 inch of the 4 inches, which, cool, still not enough. But then I'll probably do a spacer. And maybe I'll adjust the back spacing of the rim. Right now, I'm going off of the stock back spacing front and back. By stock, I mean the rims both have the same, and it's what they have on their website. However, you can order custom. I don't know the price difference of custom, so that's something I can do. Hairpins will need shortened, And then I will be doing coilover instead of leaf, so that'll be different. Plus I got to find out the panhard bar. So in order of operations, I will probably do the engine mount next because it'll be the simplest. And then I can kind of have the engine sitting in here. After that, I will be doing the forelink. After that, I will be doing the fuel cell. Then after the fuel cell, I will start on the front end. Now, the nice thing is once I start figuring out the front end, I can also put in a grill and probably cut these off. These piss me off. I don't like them. I don't like them. But whatever, maybe I'll keep them. Who knows? Who knows? Still a lot of work. And at some point, then I'll start working in here. I have figured out the seats that I want, so I need to order those at some point as well. I, as you can tell, took the drums off. I'm going disc brake in the back. Current disc on the front are 9 inches. I'm going to up those to the 11-inch kit that Speedway has. Now, a lot of this is coming off of Speedway. In fact, I'm contemplating buying a 5-speed off of Speedway, so it's brand new. So, if you work at Speedway, help a brother out. If not, I'm buying your stuff anyways because, well, it fits the whole rat rod, hot rod. Like, you guys do a great job of that. Here we are. Either way, I'm obtaining it. Am I done rambling? I think so. I think I'm actually done for the night too, thankfully. So with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow along with the build. Eventually I might get to this, or I might get to the other project I bought outside that I don't think I've announced on YouTube, but you can see it on Instagram if you want to. So with that, have a good one.